Hey everybody, welcome back. Movie review, well, really more spoiler talk and movie review time. We're here to talk about a movie we just saw, and we just saw The Hitman's Bodyguard.
Okay, good. I've been trying to not call it The Assassin's Bodyguard.
I was gonna debate about doing the motherfucker thing again, and that's what threw me off, and then I had to stop and think, because I almost just said The Bodyguard, and I'm like, that's not right, so.
No.
Alright, and we'll come back, alright. Okay, so it's a kind of a review, but if you want our actual review, you want to check out the no spoilers one. That's where we really talk more about that, and we won't really repeat that here. So I do recommend checking that out, and then this is just going to be the spoiler talk, where we kind of just get more into it. So if you want to find that no spoiler review, we have a link in the description below, or something's popping up right about now. You can click on one of the, like 10 years from now, they'll change that again. It won't be up there. That's why I just say something popping up right about now. But anyways, all that stuff, you can find the no spoiler, then come on back and check this out. I recommend that. Or if you're just here for spoiler talk, that's fine too. But as usual, because you may have clicked on this video by mistake, we give you a few seconds and a warning here to actually get off the video if you don't want spoilers. And then we give you a nice little warning. We say, spoilers! Motherfucker.
See, you put too much of a pause there.
Yeah, I know. Well, I thought about it too late. All right, so anyways, we don't really recap it. We will give you just our general thought real fast. I was a little bit underwhelmed. Well, didn't have huge expectations. It was more about the two guys together, and I didn't get as much of that as I wanted.
I was whelmed.
Yeah. So again, if you wanted a more detailed analysis of a review, check out the no spoiler one. But yeah, so we can just kind of jump into some spoilers. Where do you want to start?
Oh gosh. I'm not sure where to start on this one.
Let's start with how Sam Jackson met your mother. Wait, what? No,
I'm sure she'll be a wonderful mother.
Yes. Sam Jackson meeting. No, like I don't know. Fuck it. Let's start with Sam Jackson meeting Salma Hayek. No, I remembered who. I was just debating. I'm scatterbrained. It was awesome.
Yes.
The whole thing in the bar, that was great.
I don't know if I've seen Salma Hayek be quite this little badass.
Yeah, that was kind of a nice little addition with her character. Breaking that dude's arm, even though the bone popping out was a little CG, it was pretty. It's still pretty ruthless. And like the broken bottle in the armpit, and the slashing the throats and all that. Yeah, there were some cringe moments of the violence. And even the Red Band trailer didn't really show off how bloody it would be. Yeah. So I kind of appreciated that. Although I feel like most of it was CG. I really do.
I think the CG on that scene probably hadn't been done yet when they did the Red Band.
I'm thinking maybe that's what it was too. But I mean, even just like the gunfire and stuff, there was a lot more people getting holes put through their head, like you see the hole through their head kind of stuff, than I thought was going to be in there, which I'm fine with. That's how it should be. If you're going to portray violence, portray it correctly. Yeah. But but her meeting, that was so cool because she was so badass.
And he's just sitting there like the cigarette falls out of his mouth. You know, she just takes the beer ball from his hand, takes a big old swig, and then, you know, breaks it over some dude's head.
That was so good. I love the part, too, at the end when she comes up to him and drinks his beer and uses it and everything.
That's what I just said.
I know. Well, I was, yeah.
Oh.
I was going on from that.
Okay.
And then she was like, they're this close, and it looks like Sam Jackson's going to move the hair out of her face. And he's just like, to the bartender, like, give me two, because like, he just fell in love. I just thought that was such a nice little touch, you know, that it was this, oh shit, he's gonna lose those fingers. Oh wait, no he ain't. So so that was really, really cool. And then of course at the end of the movie, it was really sweet to see them slow dancing with all the chaos around them again.
Yeah, the machetes flying through the air particularly.
Or the guy on full body burn, full body fire running through. That was just, that was cracking me up.
Of course, after Games of Thrones, I was like, oh, that's fun. How quaint.
Yeah, I know, right? A little spoiled for violence in those regards. But yeah, let's see, what's some of the other good stuff, though, we can talk about spoilers. Because, again, like we said in the no spoiler, there's not a lot of spoilers stuff.
And the no spoilers, I mentioned that some of the things felt a bit green screen.
Yeah,
but one of those scenes is fantastic.
Yeah, so is it the car driving behind?
So it's basically Ryan Reynolds and Kincaid of Samuel L. Jackson have kind of broken up.
He's
so
just revealed that Sam Jackson was the guy that killed the guy in the beginning.
And he's like, that's it, I'm done with you, I'm out of here. He just storms out, finds like the closest outdoor bar, and he just starts drinking, and he's just talking to the bartender, just bitching like crazy about the entire situation.
While all this gunfire is going on behind him.
Car
and shit.
chase, and you see this car basically just drive like right behind him, like and flip, and he, like zero reaction from him until he finally goes, damn it. And goes back after Samuel L. Jackson.
And again, and this was one of the scenes that did bother me. Not that part of it. I loved that part of it. Even like the way the bartender was like cowering behind the bar, but still talking to Ryan Reynolds. But this was one of the action scenes where I thought it was way too much shaky cam, quick cutting. Because like, you know, cutting from the boat to the streets and all that. I mean, there were some great stunts going on, like the motorcycle on the edge of the canal and all that kind of stuff. But and also there's no fucking way that all those guys firing all those machine guns at Sam Jackson's boat, ripping up the side of that speedboat, the top of the side of that speedboat, and not a goddamn one of those bullets hit him. There's just no way.
Suspension of disbelief.
Yeah, I don't know. That was one of those moments for me. Maybe it was just asking me for a bit too much of the suspension of disbelief. That, and then I do also have to complain at the very end. I know I'm jumping all over the place, but when Sam Jackson, who we've seen not miss a single shot in the movie, I don't recall ever seeing him miss when he shot at somebody. And he's got a straight shot at Gary Oldman running away from him, and he misses with like a whole clip till he catches up to him. Did you kind of notice that? That kind of bugged me.
Maybe he did that on purpose.
That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. It was badass after he walks through the explosion, but I was like, oh, come on, movie, that's lazy. I mean, because, you know, I mean, at least if you had, like, thrown some stuff in there that made sense, like, because he missed Ryan Reynolds at one time because the rock shifted under his assassin's scout, like, things like that I think are funny. I can buy into those. But, you know, so it was things like that that bothered me. I still want to do a little bit of the actual review and spoiler talk, so I wanted to point those things out.
And there's again another in that last scene. There was that big explosion behind Samuel L. Jackson. That was kind of like that was very green screeny. Yeah. And again, I mean that's actor safety, but it just didn't look real enough. Quite right.
Yeah, I think I might sneeze.
Isn't it?
Go ahead, say something while I do.
Something.
I'm not gonna sneeze now. Oh, let's talk. We want to talk about the lady Interpol. Ryan Reynolds' ex. Yeah. She sucks at her job, dude.
Elaine or Eleanor?
I can't remember that. That character
I
for me
can't remember
was...
names for this movie. Kincaid is the only name I can actually remember.
It's not even his real name. Which actually, that I give the movie was a really good reveal. That the preacher, that when he told the story earlier about why he became an assassin, it turns out that preacher was his real father that he actually loved and stuff. I thought, oh man, okay, that actually dropped my jaw a little bit. So that was pretty cool. I did like that. Oh, and we said in the beginning, the guy that we can't think of, we've seen in a million movies, we can't think of who the actor was, who turns out to be the mole in Interpol. Yeah. That's the guy that as soon as he was on screen, like in that first like 2 minutes of the movie, or I guess it's a few minutes because we had the opening sequence, but like I'm like, oh, that guy's going to be the leak. There's going to be a leak. It's going to be that guy. And I think it's because I've seen him be a leak in like 100 other movies or something. So
yeah, I didn't guess it right away, but they tell you pretty quick too. So
yeah, it's not too long after that. And then that's what I was saying. Like he went to Gary Oldman to get his money and got stabbed in the hand. He's got this big bandage on his hand when he goes back to Interpol. Right at the time, they're like, hey, there's a leak in Interpol, and no one, even his partner, didn't notice the big bandage all over his hand until the end of the movie. You know, or the cadet or whatever she is to him. I'm like, really? Really, movie? You're just going to kind of gloss over that? All right.
Yeah, he's probably like her SO.
Yeah, I think that's what it was, because he was more like going to talk to the main lady to not get her suspended and all that stuff. So, you know, but again, I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't looking for a spectacular plot, but man, was it just such a recycled plot that we've seen so many times before.
Yeah, but the thing is, you know, and I said this in the non-spoilers, is that the actors just looked like they were genuinely having a fantastic time doing this.
Yeah. And that's why, you know, at the end, I'm almost a little bit disappointed in the end credits, even though it's great. Yeah. But we got all excited because after the Sam Jackson song, they did the version of Life as a Motherfucker or whatever, however it is, which is really him singing, and it was an awesome version. We thought we were going to get bloopers, and we only got one blooper. It was a great blooper of Ryan Reynolds. They had to hold for damn church bells, and these bells went on forever. And I've been in that situation as a filmmaker before, not quite that extreme, but it is frustrating because you're on time, you know, it's like, we got to get this, we got to get this. Everybody's set, cameras are rolling. holding for bells, and then, you know, so that was really, really funny, but almost disappointing because we got excited. We're like, oh, bloopers! And it's like, oh, a blooper.
I'm sure there'll be more on the DVD.
I hope so, but I'm just saying, like, because you were saying how much fun they had, I would have loved to have seen, like, an actual full blooper session in there, or an improv session, all that stuff. There's got to be a ton of that on the cutting room floor, and that would have made really cool for the end credits if they gave us a legit.
I'm pretty sure there was lots of improv going on, especially with, you know, Ron Reynolds and Samuel Jackson just talking to each other. Yelling at each other.
And maybe that's what I'm lacking. Like, I just needed more of that, so maybe the bloopers will make up for it for me someday. So, let's see, what else? There's probably a few other things we can touch on. Oh, the scene with the torture scene.
Oh, yeah.
Did that not feel like just incredibly kind of rushed and just kind of tacked on to not really have much to do?
I think it was put in there to give Samuel L. Jackson's character a reason to come back.
Right, I get that, but it just felt so shoehorned. Like, I feel like they needed to develop that and make that work better than it did.
But what I loved about that scene is when he drags him out of the building and you see all this carnage outside.
Yeah, that Sam's been out there kicking a lot of ass. That was cool.
And I actually really liked that. It's just like, just seeing this massive aftermath without necessarily having that whole action scene to go with.
I will absolutely agree with that, and they kind of did that a little bit earlier too in a way that I really appreciated with Ryan Reynolds on his second protection job with the lawyer. Yeah, and you think it's just something simple, and then it flashes back to him taking out all these guards.
Yeah.
Like, moments like that I thought were cool, and that was earlier in the movie, and I'm getting excited. I'm like, oh good, there is going to be some style to this, but really, other than those two times, they didn't really do that much more, so that was a wee bit disappointing.
Although I do like the bit where he's tailing Samuel L. Jackson and he's like just taking out guys. And
then
Samuel L. Jackson's like, oh, you mean this guy, that guy, that guy? If you knew they were there, why did you go?
Which is great, because that is a great character thing of like that, I believe, is he would do that just to be an asshole to Ryan Reynolds. So I do appreciate that. And I like the romantic sentiment that he was putting the tulips up on the clock so Sam Howell could see it. Yeah, that was really sweet. Their relationship was really sweet. Ryan Reynolds and the Interpol agent, meh. And even how they met and like, were we supposed to think they really had sex right then and there? Because that's what it looked like. So that was a little odd, too, I thought. And then there was another thing, too, going back to that when Sam Jackson gets separated in the minivan, and Ryan Reynolds is, like, running and he's fighting in the hardware store and all that stuff, which is pretty cool. But then how did Sam Jackson know to pull right in front of that hardware store that Ryan Reynolds is on the inside of to be like, hey, are you done yet? Come on. You know, I was like, writer's convenience much? Come on, guys.
A variation of Magical Black Man?
I guess. So, I'm not really sure what that reference is.
Like in The Shining.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
characters
the king,
like that.
Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, so I mean, things like that lessened my enjoyment too, because and again, I wasn't trying to go in and watch a movie for those things. So, but I guess because I don't know, it's just I liked it, but I didn't like it. I'm of two minds, really. So, but yeah, so things like that bugged me. But what else? There's probably a few other things. Oh, we were talking about on the way back. I don't know, the pictures that were the incriminating evidence of Gary Oldman. It's like, dude, those are like shot with like a pretty wide lens close up, and they are crystal clear. Like, who took those photos? How did he not know? How did Sam Jackson get those photos? Like, there's so much in this movie they just want you to just gloss right over and like.
Because Samuel Jackson's a sneaky motherfucker.
I mean, fair. I mean, like this is my thing. If this was a '90s movie, this would have been like one of the greatest. This would have been up there with Bad Boys and stuff like that. But you know, it's late 2010s. Cinematic storytelling has evolved, and this movie is maybe not '90s, maybe 2000s, but. You know, I don't know. So it's a little behind the times, and like we said, I think the casting is really its biggest draw. Anything else?
Oh, I'm sure I'll think of something in 5 minutes.
Right? That's usually how it goes. Well, all right. Since instead of us staying around thinking, I guess we'll just wrap it up there. But guys, did you see this movie? What did you think of this movie? Do you agree? Did you enjoy it? And also, if you really loved it, how much of the trailers did you see? If you had a lot of problems with it, how many of the trailers did you see?
I think I just saw the first screen.
Right. I saw like all the trailers. So, that I think that hurt me a bit. But you know, comment away though. Let us know if you loved the movie. That's cool. What was your favorite part? Who's your favorite character? Were there things that annoyed you like they did me or whatever? That's fine. This is a spoiler video. You guys can talk all the spoilers you want in the comments. I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say. And she might even respond. Because she responds to more comments than I do these days. Which is sad. I read them all. I just don't get the chance. It's typing, man. Like, that's why I quit saying I was a writer years ago. I hate typing. But anyway.
There's this thing called voice to text.
Mine sucks. Or at least it did a few years ago. Maybe I should try it. All right, anyways, comment away, click that thumbs up button, give us that thumb of encouragement for the 2 of you that are still watching at this point. we're gonna
Hi, Mom and Dad. No.
Yeah, hi, Mom. Shit, my parents don't watch, and my dad doesn't watch this. My mom's passed away, if you don't know, long time ago. So, but anyways, do all that stuff. We're gonna go watch some more stuff, and we'll see you all later.